Mike Owens with Inside Fighting. We're in lovely sunny Las Vegas, and I'm joined today by Beneil Dariush, who returns to action UFC 317, facing Renato Moicano. Beneil, always good to catch up, even better in person. How are things?
Thank you, brother. Things are great. Just got in today. Smooth ride, no traffic, so easy peasy 3 hours, 3.5.
A lot easier than our journey, so
That's
very envious of that. Who are you bringing out for the fights? Are the kids coming?
Family will come later on, like end of the week, and then currently I have some teammates, and then coaches will be here on Tuesday.
You don't strike me as the type of person who would enjoy Las Vegas. We were talking a little bit off camera, but knowing you as I do, it doesn't seem like your type of vibe.
It depends. Like if you come here for food and like shows, Las Vegas is awesome because there's so many options. If you like sushi, they have some of the best sushi. If you like, I don't know, Italian, they have, my wife's favorite Italian food is here. You like deep dish from Chicago, they got, like they got everything. So if you want a nice steakhouse, you can't beat this place. Like there's a lot of options, you know. But if we're just coming here just to come here, yeah, there's not a whole lot for me.
100%. I saw you say in another interview that it felt like training for Renato Moicano got a little bit stale, like you've been training for his style for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
How have you managed that?
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I think I was 8 or 9 weeks out at that time. And, you know, I had to revamp my training camp and get back into it, you know, as far as sprints go, situational training and all that stuff. For situationals, you have to study tape. And so that was the part I was talking about. I have to go back and look at it again and see maybe if I missed something. And so that part can, you know, watching tape can, especially on the same person, you know, you watch hours and then you go back and do it again. It could be difficult.
Have you seen anything different?
Yeah. I'll just keep that to myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how have you managed it? Because obviously it wasn't like a case of the fight fell through on a week's notice, on 2 weeks' notice. It fell through the day before, right as you're peaking. So you've had to go through the process a second time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was once you start putting weight back on, that's the discouraging part. It's like, I gotta lose this weight again. But initially I thought it was gonna be April, but we did June, and I guess I had some time off, and that worked out in my favor, I think.
How would you describe his style? What do you think he brings to the table?
I think he's a very proficient striker with strong grappling as well. So you got to be a mixed martial artist to be able to beat him. You can't be good at one thing. And I typically have noticed people who are like specific in one thing struggle with him, but people who are a little bit more well-rounded, they do much better.
Where are you expecting this fight to take place? Because I think fans would look at this and say this is two grapplers, initially grapplers, who have improved their striking over the time in the UFC.
Yeah, can't give too much away, but I'm assuming it's gonna go everywhere, but who knows? Because most of the fights I've seen that he won, he was looking to take people down. So I'm assuming he's gonna try that, and we'll see.
How important is this fight in the overall career arc of Beneil Dariush?
I would say very important. Every fight's the most important, but this is one of those things where I'm at a point where I'm like, do I keep fighting, or this is it? But I believe I'm supposed to keep fighting, so I'm going to keep fighting. But we'll see.
Is that result or performance dependent on Saturday?
Yeah, I would say so.
You've trumped me there. I didn't expect you to say
that. Yeah. It's people are like, oh, that sounds stressful, but that's okay. Stress is not a bad thing if you understand it.
It seems like you're comfortable being in the situation.
Yeah, that's I think that has to do with being honest with yourself. If you're honest with yourself, then it's a lot easier.
What legacy do you want to leave in the sport? I mean, knowing you as I do, I know that you're somebody who does a lot of work outside fighting in terms of your charity work that you do with some of your sponsors. What's the legacy when people look back on your career in 5 to 10 years' time? What do you want people to be saying?
It's weird because the whole legacy thing always throws me off. As a devout Christian, my whole life, my entire purpose is to glorify God. So, I mean, that's what I want my legacy to be. But I know that's not what you're asking. Like, what do you want people to think?
It is, yeah.
You know, what do you want people to think when they think about me? And honestly, I don't really want people to think about me, if that makes sense. I never got into this for the fame of it, so it's a little bit weird. But ultimately, like I said, it's to glorify God.
I know that faith is obviously so important to you and everything that you do. Is there one particular value? I don't mean about a particular faith, but is there one particular value that you wish was more common in fight sports?
I guess I would prefer people to be a little bit more genuine, because there's a system on how to get your name out there, and you know, say certain things, and if you work within that cookie cutter system, you're gonna be, people are gonna know you. But I don't think it's genuine. You know what I mean? So that's the thing I would say. I would prefer if fighters were just a little bit more genuine. It makes us better role models.
Big stakes in the main event for your division, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. How do you see that fight playing out for the title?
You know, I lean towards Ilia, but it ain't by much, man. It's just a little bit. I think Charles has a really good chance with his power, with his fakes, with, you know, if he uses his full arsenal, he's a very difficult guy to deal with.
So why do you lean Ilia? What's the kind of thing that's tipping you over the edge there?
I would say Ilia's got great power, and I think wrestling-wise, I would probably say Ilia is probably the better wrestler. So I think that's where this fight could be decided, who the better grappler is.
I believe, if rumours are true, Paddy Pimblett's going to be in town. Do you feel like they're trying to set up that fight? Do you think Paddy deserves that fight if Ilia wins?
Deserves is a weird word, because, you know, there's multiple aspects to it, because having a name is part of why the company thinks you deserve it, right? So I guess it would depend on who you ask if he deserves it. He's on an 8-fight win streak. I remember when I was on an 8-fight win streak, I thought I deserved the title shot. So yeah, I guess he deserves it.
Final one from me, and I'll let you go. When Dana White goes into the press room on Saturday evening and is asked about your fight, what would you like him to say?
I don't know. Maybe like, okay, that's the best Dariush I've ever seen, because that's what I want to be. You know, on Saturday, I want to be the best version of myself. So I'd like to hear him say the same thing.
And obviously 50k bonus would be nice.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, I heard somebody got a 100k bonus this weekend. So, you know, maybe we could do something like that.
Nicholas Mota got knocked out in the second round by Nazim Sadikov and got fight the night before the night.
Yeah. I watched a bit of that fight, but I had people over and so I didn't. But yeah, it was a very good fight.
Yeah, 100%. Beneil, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, especially even more in person. Have a great and safe rest of fight week, and best of luck for Saturday night.
Thanks, brother. My pleasure.